After reaching the Black Sea by cargo train, we were convinced that we needed a little holiday. And since I don't spend money on accommodation, we booked ourselves into an abandoned construction building. So the idea was to spend our nights there and go to the beach during daytime.
I wake up early and I make my bed. I put on coffee and I shave my head. I feel the warmth running through my body, telling me I'm okay, it's alright, I'm everything but bad. Another day that I'm alright. Another day that I'm alive. Another day that I'm alright. Another day where we're just fine.
I just said goodbye to my friends. They had other plans, and so do I. I want to go to Bulgaria. I'm currently somewhere in Romania in a town called Constanta by the Black Sea. Never been here before, but it's absolutely amazing. So the deal now is, well, I'm walking in the wrong direction because there was some great beautiful sunlight here and the traffic is loud. But we're gonna go hitchhiking to Bulgaria. That's the deal. It's like an hour walk to the outskirts of the city. Maybe the highway is there. I hope so.
You're feeling kinda lonely and your spouse is kinda dead. I feel like curling up with someone in your empty little bed. There's danger around the corner and your love life's in decline. You'll no longer be a foreigner with a little widow's wine. 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 You're mine. With widow's wine, you're mine.
I don't have a sign. I wish I brought some cardboard, but I don't. This is a cool spot. Let's try it. So here's the deal. I almost forgot about the fact that I was going to Greece to meet up with a friend of mine. These past 2 weeks, I had just been going around, traveling, and enjoying my time. I had gotten so far east to the point where I had to swap direction completely. As long as I went west and a tiny bit south, I'd be at Corfu eating local street food in no time.
All up the country, where don't you wanna go? I'm gonna
Bulgaria? Okay.
I'm going to some place where I've never been before. I'm going where the water tastes like wine. I'm going.
And there goes my ride. Alright, I am officially in Bulgaria. First time in Bulgaria. The deal is, right now I'm in Dobrich, not by the coast, where I kind of wanted to go. Didn't realize there was a split on the highway taking me another, but I don't really care. I got a ride, I'm in Bulgaria. Plan is pretty simple. I didn't really know where to go, because I thought, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna end up in the middle of nowhere, but it turned out that it is only 50 kilometers back to the coast, a bit south, so I'm gonna try tomorrow, go to Varna. It's a, coastal town. Don't know what there is to do there, but I'm sure there's not much to do here either in the town. Well, I've never heard of Dobrich before. I found another construction building to spend the night in, something I was very satisfied with, since it felt just like a hotel for me at this point. The next morning, I changed my mind, so instead of returning back to the coast, I decided to head inland to a city called Shumen. I ended up walking for about an hour to my next hitchhike spot, only to realize that barely any cars drive on this road. I waited for 15 minutes and not a single car went by, so I said screw it and walked all the way back to where I came from in an attempt to get a lift to the coast. Not the best sign, but works, right? I'll go to Varna.
Varna, I'm going to the city as well. I'm going to leave you somewhere in the center where we're going to be entering Varna.
Thank
I
you
was
so
making my
much.
way there anyway, so I was thinking like, you know what? I saw you know from here, so.
Yeah,
No worries, man.
thank you so much. I was told this place was actually one of the nicer cities in Bulgaria. So I'm definitely going to be walking around here for a bit, explore this place. Because why the hell not, you know? Before checking out the city, I had to check out the yard due to a potential opportunity of departing by cargo train later in the evening. Unfortunately though, it seemed very dead and I had no information with regards to the schedule. I spent some time walking around the city, checking out the streets, the architecture, and of course, the beach. But to be honest, my energy levels were lower than usual. Maybe it was due to the fact that I had been moving non-stop for quite some time and the absurd temperature didn't help either. The chances of hitching a ride further south along the coast were slim since there weren't really any spots for the cars to stop. My second option was inland, towards Schumann, like I tried in the morning. So, that was my goal. Well, I have to say thumbs up Europe and Bulgaria. Why? Well, if you didn't know, this brand over here is a pretty known supermarket brand. My driver picked me up. Look at this. This is a bag as big as pretty much as big as my backpack. It's full of food. This is 50 Bulgarian money. He told me to get a bus somewhere. What the fuck? Let's go eat. This is all the food that I've got. Just made it to the park here. Yesterday I was trying for hours to get a lift. Slept at the gas station. And then I just tried asking people, which worked a lot better. Obviously, because I got all this food now. This is some sort of energy drink. Got 2 of those. Yogurt drink, 2 cucumbers, 2 like traditional hams or type things. And 1 bread. Some sauce to put on the bread along with a bunch of fruits and some of this. Traditional deliciousness. No idea what it is. Water. It's so heavy. I'm super grateful though. I don't know what to say. Plus I got money now. I wanted to go to Plovdiv, Europe's oldest city, so I went to the bus terminal and checked the schedules. Unfortunately, there were no buses that day, and if I were to get a train, it would be 12 hours of travel time with huge detours, something I didn't fancy. But then I glanced at my phone and funnily enough, my Bulgarian friend had tried reaching out to me. We texted back and forth and arranged a meetup in Gabrovo, which is the place he's from. He told me to get the train for €4, which is incredibly cheap given that the travel time was more than 5 hours. That's how you do it in Bulgaria. So I met up with Michael, who brought me around the local rooftops and the general city area. Unfortunately, he asked me to blur out his face due to some recent problems he was facing. He never explicitly told me the reason, but if I were to guess, he probably ripped too many doors open. More breaking doors?
It's not possible. I tried, but it's going to hurt.
How do you open this?
No, I can't.
You have to wait for someone to open. Nice.
But I can't.
And now we're on the other side of the city.
Do you see where we've been before?
Yeah. It's to the left of the chimney.
Yeah, exactly.
we've made it to Gabrovo's most scenic sunset spot, and we got the bag full of food. I'm gonna eat a lot. I'm gonna enjoy the sunset. Absolutely phenomenal. Michael dropped me off at a school rooftop to sleep at because he had an early flight to catch the next morning. Although we wanted to spend more time together, inconvenient circumstances ruined our plans, so I decided to utilize some of his ideas and have a bit of fun around the area. I've been kind of attacked by ants the whole night, my whole backpack and everything, but now these shoes work. They have some holes. Put in some shit in here, it should work. I have spent the last, 3-4 hours at a gas station charging up some batteries because I'm pretty dead. Haven't done shit. It's like 1 p.m. right now. It's super hot. Hello. I go with Strakovice.
Давай.
Thank you. Okay. Who needs a fountain when you got nice people around? She asked me if I needed help, and I was like, well, I kind of want some water. And she even spoke a little English. So she filled up all my 3 water bottles. I got, right now, 4.5 liters. Hopefully that's enough. It is so beautiful out here, man. You don't understand, man. This place is super peaceful, especially here. On the edge it is a little bit windy, but the view though is so good. I just had to lay down here for a little bit after that warm ass walk. I'm just happy I got that ride so I didn't have to walk all those 16 plus kilometers. There should be a cave down here. I'm gonna go down and see. I'm just being a little bit lazy right now. I shouldn't be though, but what the hell? This is crazy. Holy shit. There are a fuck ton of bats in there. Fuck, they all went. I can hear them talking to each other. Oh shit. Yeah, they're attacking me. Fuck this. I bought 4 of these today. We're pretty cheap. And the only thing I really have to buy now is only bread. Kind of running out of this tomato paste type thing, but I'll just buy a new one. Got loads of cucumber and still have another one of these ham type foods. It's awesome, man. Gonna make some deliciousness. Now I still have a lot of money from what that guy gave me yesterday, and he told me to use it on transport. So I'm like, I mean, if you give me money for transport, I'm gonna use it for transport. Because I honestly, usually I despise paying for transportation. Because there are usually a lot of other ways to get around. Public transport, if you know your way around and you have money, and you don't mind paying for it, it's cool. And to me that is the case, because the money that I have is from the guy who told me to spend it on transportation. So, yes, I said, no problem with it. So I think soon I need to figure out, where do I go at all? Do I go to Sofia or Plovdiv like I tried yesterday? No idea, man. No freaking idea. As the sun went down, the clouds slowly introduced themselves, so I figured the best thing I would do was to set up my tent in case it started raining. A few hours went by and a thunderstorm came in and lasted for the vast majority of the night. During dawn, the sky began to clear up and I went back to the viewpoint to take it in one last time, as I was out of water and planned on heading back to the city. Getting back wasn't a problem at all, since the first car that drove by picked me up and took me all the way there. I sat around by a gas station for a bit to charge my electronics and then proceeded to head back to the school rooftop for my last evening in Gabrovo. I caught a passenger train to the city of Plovdiv since, according to the people I hitchhiked with earlier, this was a place I had to visit. Now, being completely honest, I found it to be alright, but I'm not a city person, and if I don't have anything specific to do in a given place, I don't see the point in staying. However, this place had a train yard, which I was more interested in. I was hoping for a departure towards Sofia, but I didn't really expect one, so I stayed the night in the boxcar, and as expected, not a single freight left. Given that I still had the equivalent of 10 euros left, which that dude gave me, I thought I would spend that on another passenger, which would get me closer to the North Macedonian border. I am officially out of Bulgarian money. I am in a place called Randomir or some shit, never heard of it before. I got the train from... I've been on a train the whole day. Went through Sofia and now I'm 70 kilometers away from North Macedonia. I went to the supermarket, had like 5 euros left, or the equivalent to 5 euros. Got some oatmeal and some other random food. I'm in a park right now. I'm gonna eat a lot, barely ate today, so yeah, that's the plan. Eat some food, head out to the road and start sticking thumbs again.
Can I go? Thank you.
Whatever you say, I can tell you lies. Whatever you say, don't come back to my place. Whatever you say, I can tell you lies. Whatever you say, don't come back to my place.
Macedonia!
Whatever you say, I can tell you lying. Whatever you say, don't come back to my place. Whatever you say, don't come back to my
Just took a fat piss, first piss in North Macedonia. I've just been dropped off at a truck stop, which is very convenient. He asked me if I wanted to go to the city or if I wanted to continue hitchhiking. I said, you know what, I want to hitchhike. I'm gonna set up my tent somewhere because I've been fucked by mosquitoes these past nights where I didn't set up my tent because I'm stupid. So I'm gonna set up my tent tonight. It's gonna be nice. After a successful night in the tent, I made my way back to the service station and began asking people for lifts. At first, it looked like an easy spot to catch a ride, but the hours went by and I was still walking around looking like a complete idiot. I thought perhaps it would be better to make a sign and head out to the highway, since the Balkan countries are pretty lawless when it comes to that. But even when I tried that, luck still wasn't on my side, so I was pretty much out of options. That was until I went back to the service station for another round of asking questions. Finally, a Dutch couple who was going to Skopje airport picked me up.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying for a few hours, but I haven't had luck. So I saw you guys, and I'm trying to go south and not to Skopje, but right now I just want to go away, go anywhere else. This is literally my situation right here. This is an overpass. Here's the main highway. Skopje, capital city, is over here. They were going to Skopje, they said. Turned out it was only the airport. They drove the wrong direction, dropped me off in the middle of nowhere. At this point, I consider myself to be in a very bad situation. I was basically stuck on the highway and the vehicles were going incredibly fast, minimizing the chances of any of them stopping by a lot. Well, those were just my thoughts at least, but I knew having a negative mindset wouldn't fix anything, so I started believing more instead. Truck just stopped. Never been on a truck in Europe. Hello, my friend. I guess I just showed that strongly believing in things can get the job done. The guy that picked me up didn't say a word. Well, not to me at least, since he was too busy talking to someone over the phone, but I was just grateful to be out of that place. At the same time, I kinda wanted to know where it was heading. My goal was to make it to Ohrid, since I was told that place was worth a visit. He hung up the call about 30 minutes later and I was finally able to ask him about his destination. No English. Where are you going?
Ohrid.
Ohrid? Oh, really? I go Ohrid. Yes! Woohoo! My name? Tom. Tom, yeah. Name? Dejan.
A country?
Norwega.
No.
Thank you.
No.
So, I have been dropped off here by Lake Ohrid. Got my swimming shorts on. I'm standing in the water right now. There's fish here. Yeah, I only have this, and I'm gonna mix that with water. The water's refreshing. Got myself a shower, although I haven't used soap. Just water and oats, pretty much. Doesn't taste anything. Having hitchhiked the whole day, I felt justified to relax by the beach while watching a local football match. I never made it to Ohrid, the town I planned on going to, since I was dropped off closer to Struga, which was a smaller version of the town closer to the Albanian border. Another night was spent in a construction building and I was woken up by a glamorous sunrise. I went to a supermarket to grab some breakfast and a soft drink before going to the beach to enjoy one of my last swims before Greece. Struga was a nice town and I'm glad I made the effort to visit it, but this place felt like a holiday destination. I currently had my mind set on Greece, where I knew I would have a nice homeless vacation. Therefore, I hit the road again, and it didn't take long before I set foot in Albania for the second year in a row. Made it to Elbasan, found some water here, filled up my bottles. I'm just gonna walk for a bit. It's like 20 kilometers or something. See if there's anything cool on the way. I'm just walking. Yeah, you want to be on video? Say hello. Yeah, YouTuber.
You used to go with your friend all the time, bro?
My friend? No, I go alone mostly. So I have walked about 10 kilometers right now. 12 maybe, I'm not too sure. It's getting a little bit dark and the traffic is quite high, so I don't feel like walking anymore. I'm not particularly tired, but yeah, you know what, let's get some rest here. I'm in this tree farm type place. Good morning. Been walking for a bit now, and I found this tap. I was gonna buy water, but I found free water. The temperature rose simultaneously with the sun in true European fashion, and I slowly realized that walking wouldn't be efficient in the long run. I was only 50 kilometers away from Berat, which is a quite famous Albanian city, so when it became too hot to walk, I started sticking thumbs in that direction. It is too damn hot. I'm gonna hitchhike a bit. Going to Berat, 50 kilometers from here. Should be good.
That was easy.
Can you believe it? I'm already here in Berat. Basically, I start walking on this road and there's no traffic at all. Like 10 minutes later, I stick my thumb out because there's a car coming. They stop. Turns out it was a couple from Holland that just drives around Albania. And I asked him like, why are you on this road? Like, I think this is the only road, they said. I'm like, yeah, sure. I was just grateful they were going on the road. And then I checked their Google Maps and they were going like all over, like going zigzag. We could just take one road to get to Berat. They got me here. I'm very grateful. And they even drove up to this castle just because that's what their map said, instead of just going through the city and get to their hotel straight away. Once we made it to the top by this castle, I was like, you know what, can you just drop me off here? I want to see this castle. And they dropped me off and here I am. Unfortunately, it was too hot to walk around to explore the city, so I ended up just sitting at a bench for countless hours, wishing that I went full throttle to Greece instead. So after staying the night on the mountain, I decided to do exactly that. Hit the road one last time and get to Corfu and go full vacation mode. It is so hot, I'm sweating balls.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
You go this way?
You speak
Huh?
Italian? I don't speak good English because come.
Okay. Okay, thank you for picking me up. Where are you going?
I'm going home.
Saranda, baby! Thank you. Saranda, here we go. What's up? Same spot, different year.
Jobless Homeless Season 2.
Oh yeah, we are in Corfu. Exactly 1 year ago I was here starting my journey. And this is destination finale. Yeah. This shirt is going in the trash.
Now we're getting you new Crocs. Going to fucking...
Yeah, the shoes that I bought in Innsbruck. Been through a lot. This is how my feet has been looking. Super dirty.
Proper immigrant. You probably got stopped for another extra 5 minutes just because you look like that. The fucking customs. Let's go to the fucking beach.
Ah yeah. Yep. There you go. Oh yeah.
Here we go. There you go.
You want to know how many times I've slept in a bed the past 2 months? I've slept
0?
once.
Oh, once.
I was hosted by this guy in Denmark. But that was like very early in the trip, so soon I've gone 2 months without a fucking bed. I'm gonna break that record. This whole trip I haven't paid for one place to stay at.
Yeah, God, it's gonna be so fucking awkward. So if you beat us go to the rooftop. Like, what the fuck? I'll just say it's pigeon food. No fucking way, dude. No way, Lowe's.
So I've been talking about eating this since I left Greece last year. We did this explanation last year, didn't we?
Yep. Regaining the power.
Dude, it tastes like Jobless and Homeless.
I've been eating Jobless and Homeless the entire year. Just saying.
After waking up at my favorite garbage dump, I packed my bag and went straight to a luxury 5-star hotel to continue last year's tradition. Although we certainly don't sleep like rich people, we surely can spend a day just like them.
Where are
Last
we?
year? Where are we? In heaven. Voice crack.
Get a load of this.
Are you happy?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. An hour later, and I have not been this full since, well, before the journey.
It's too hot to fall back down. Balance as tricky as a tap dance. We stumble like puppets attached to tangled strings. Oh no, timing is happenstance. Rhythm is accident. Dancing a chance event that leaves us breathless.
Alright, I met Taylor here. We played video games just like I did with fucking Galetto. He's somewhere in the water. He's on a 1-week holiday. I'm on a few more weeks on the holiday.
We're gonna try to do a backflip.
Yeah, do a backflip. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Nice, man.
Dancing like no one's even watching. Just lose yourself inside me, if only for a second now. Breaking down the walls, flooding all the times below us. I don't even care no more. Don't you
Let's go.
it's dangerous? Yes, I love you nonetheless. Please believe me now. Wait for a convict to confess. Put on your cocktail dress. Just lay back now. Balance is tricky as a tap dance. We stumble like puppets attached to tangled strings.
Okay, but we should go down. We shouldn't be too long. I should go first, okay?
Okay, go first. Go.
We're in some fucking clock tower right now. Climbed a little fence and got up. Oh my god. Go, hurry up then. Hurry up. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Every morning I would wake up, eat free hotel breakfasts, chill by the pool, and of course, use their showers. I think my body got some sort of a shock because I hadn't been this clean ever since I departed on this journey. This vacation thing was definitely something I could get used to, especially when it came to food. In fact, I ate so much I wouldn't get hungry until the evening, and that's when I would grab gyros, my favorite food of all time. Only thing I was missing was a bed. However, given that I had slept on concrete for over 2 months, my back had already gotten used to that, so in reality, I had nothing to complain about. It's another beautiful day here in Corfu. We have made it to, I forgot the name of the town. Help me out here. What's the name? Aios Georgios Pagi. Don't know how to pronounce it properly. Anyways, it's a beautiful beach here. Beautiful surroundings. We met up with John 3. And what was your name again?
John 3 and Nikos.
Nikos.
The sky turns to a different shade of blue after the rain. My mind turns to a different point of view after the rain. Ooh, my mind. Ooh, my mind.
We enjoyed this village a lot. I spent the night on the sunbeds and Galetto slept on the floor in his friend's room. We were gonna get the bus back to main town the next morning, but we were refused entry by the driver since the bus apparently was full. The actual plan was to go to a water park with some friends, but that went down the drain immediately, given that we were on the wrong side of the island and a few hours away from our destination.
Happy birthday, bud. Happy birthday.
Yeah, best birthday ever, man. Holy shit. I haven't walked 4K in a while. It's really something special.
Oh, it stopped. Oh, it didn't.
I think
Fuck.
it says it's turning around. Well,
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make any sense.
there is no other way here.
Isn't it 27 last time we checked?
I don't know.
I think the beaches on the south are way better. That's where my village is. I'm a local. I'm from here.
Are you?
Yeah.
A British couple just asked us for directions to Corfu town. We were like, yeah, it's this direction, but can we come with you? And they were like, you know what, why not?
I was so incredibly lucky. Holy. She told me that her son actually does hiking and climbing mountains and stuff. I think she's looking, but she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Grab it and go.
Have we just walked into Aqualand? Dude, that was the easiest fence in my life. Oh my god, Galetto, look at this.
Yeah, I've been. Let's find a little sunbed for ourselves.
Oh my lord. Which one do you want to try? This one?
Tom's.
Thumbs up, Europe! Galetto's birthday went from a disappointing start to a very fortunate finish as we somehow managed to hitch 2 rides and sneak into the water park for free before it closed. We figured we could try to make the day even better by preserving another tradition that we started last year. Let's get a haircut.
Actually, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
All right, let's go around.
Let's get it. It's my last day in Corfu. What does that mean?
Haircut day.
Time for a haircut. We're not done yet, but this is done. I need to go in and charge it. Charging. It's charging.
Does that do it in here?
But can we use it while it's charging?
I think so. Can I do it?
Yo, what the hell, man?
I don't even look that bad. I'm gonna do this, no one cares. After 2 eventful weeks, my trip to Corfu had come to an end. 2 weeks of consistent free breakfasts, along with an abundance of delicious street food, daily swims, and whole lot of adventure. Not only was my trip to Corfu over, but it was time to wrap up the entire Europe trip. I figured since I started in Athens last year, I knew I had to end there this year. However, I was not inclined to hitchhike again since it gave me so much trouble the first time. Therefore, I thought of catching one last train. So as a freshly bald man, I caught a bus to Thessaloniki. all knew this was bound to happen, right?
We cut the legs off of our pants, threw our shoes into the ocean. Sit back and wait through the daylight. Sit back and wait through the daylight. Slip and slide on subway grades. These shoes are poor man's ice skate. Fall through like change in the daylight. Fall through like change in the daylight. I miss ya, the lines in my road. Some color on my metro. Maybe I'll paint them in my soul.